What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and we're back with some more Punishing Gray Raven, and we have a new recruit that joined the fight today, and a pretty awesome looking character. But before we get to talking any more about her, I want to talk about a game mode where she excels, and that is in Warzone. Now, Warzone is a game mode that you can play, I believe, once a week, but on this screen that you're looking at right here, you can have different elements that you can actually use. So in this first one here, you can actually increase your physical damage by 30%. So if you're using characters with solid physical damage, they're going to do better here. And the next one is actually fire, right? So if you're using characters that have fire damage, they're going to do better in the second one. The next one, laser alloy there. That is a game mode where lightning damage characters are going to do the best. And then there's going to be two more that I haven't unlocked at all yet, which are dark and ice. And so dark, you're going to need a character like Kamoy, right? And then you're going to have ice. Now, a lot of us don't have all these unlocked. We don't have any of them unlocked. And something to keep in mind when you're talking about all these game modes is, well, all these sectors, if you want to call them that, is that you can use one character to get it done through all of it. If you have a strong enough attacker, a strong enough team, they can absolutely get through this. And this is one of the things that I always talk about with this game is, unless you're chasing the meta, you don't need certain characters, right? But if you have certain characters, it will allow you to do a lot more damage, which is pretty nice. Now, why do you want to play this game mode? What's so great about this game mode? Well, in this game mode, depending on your rank, you'll be able to start acquiring these Warzone influences. And why are those important? Well, those are important because you can actually go in the shop and use those things to buy these memories. And when you start looking at these memories, I mean, you got a two-piece set here in Karenina that basic attack damage increases by 15%. That means whenever you're doing your basic attacks, you get a 15% damage increase when you have two of these memories. And then if you have a four-piece set, if you have four of these equipped on your character or construct, your basic attacks have a 25% chance to go berserk, increasing your basic damage by 15% and your crit rate by 5%. And why is that important? Well, if you're getting a crit rate bump by 5%, that's a multiplier. It's not like crit by 1, crit by 2. It's a multiplier, which means you're going to be doing tons of critical hits, which means you're going to be doing a lot of damage on top of all this extra basic attack damage. This is a pretty awesome card. And when you go down the line and you look at these cards, I mean, this one here, when the QTE is triggered, the construct on the field gains 10% attack and 20% defense for 5 seconds. So if you have two of these cards on the character that you use for your QTE, so like in my example, I use Nanami, right? So I'd have this set on her. Well, then that means my attacker, who would be Lucia, would actually get a 10% attack buff, and her defenses would actually increase by 20%, making it a little bit tankier, making it a little bit more difficult to kill her, right? And then if you got 4 of these on your QTE character, I'm calling it a QTE character, but on your support character that's you're going to be using your QTE skill from, when QTE is triggered, triggers another construct's QTE, a second cooldown. If there are 3 constructs on the field, attack is increased by 20%. That's a big attack buff. And so on and so on. Maybe I'll make another video about these memories, but the point of the matter is, these are 6-star memories that are very powerful, and they're going to make your characters very strong, which is why you want to be playing this game mode. Now, in the first one here, we'll just do this first one here. You got 3 different sectors, right? In the first area, okay, it's all about doing damage. You want to get about 10,000 damage as best you can. So we're just going to jump in here and we're going to try to apply it. It's as simple as coming in here and just attacking. Try to dodge all the attacks and murder these characters as best you can. Here we go. Whew. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Whoops, got tagged there. Whoops. Whew. And we use our ultimate and murder them real quick here. And boom. And we should have got the 10,000, no problem. Pretty easy. Now, my Lucia does have over 2,000 BP. I'll show you all the build here in a second. But easy 10,000 max, no problem. Now, in this screen that you're looking at right here, if you feel like you didn't get enough points, you didn't get the max amount of points, you can always just leave the battle and do it over again. You don't have to, but we're going to leave, or actually you could just hit restart and do it again, right? So if you get a low amount of points, you can just restart it and try to get that 10,000 points, which shouldn't be too difficult for most players. Now, in the second arena here, right, or the second sector, whatever you want to call it, the second area, this is a little bit different where you got 2 minutes where you actually have to try to get your clear, and you want to kill as many enemies as you want to kill the enemies as fast as you can. You need to get 20,000 points for your maximum points, okay? So we got a 2-minute timer, all right? And what happens in that 2 minutes is you're going to have a depleting effect where your health is going to start going down. So you want to kill these guys as fast as possible. Ooh. Now there, I didn't really want to switch to my other character here, but get up here, get up here. All right. No, we're trying to get another red orb here. It's kind of the thing sometimes. There we go. We can bring in Lucia, do tons of damage. Now the cool thing about what I'm doing right here is my girl here, Liv, actually has a heal on her, right? So we're not really too worried about dying because of that, at least in this game mode, but her damage is really kind of pathetic. I don't really have her built that well. Come on, come on. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Murder, 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 murder. And we should have got to 20,000 points here. And boom, we got 20,000 points. So we're going to leave the battle. Now you can go into the third stage. Now, in this one here, in this third arena, you're going to have a 2-minute time limit. I was mistaken earlier. In the second arena, you don't have a 2-minute time limit, but it does deplete your life as you're doing it. So you want to kill as many opponents as you can, as fast as you can. But in the third arena, you only have 2 minutes. So you want to kill as many opponents as you can. So whenever you have characters that have these nice big wave kills, like where they can kill, like they shoot out a wave and they can kill multiple enemies at once, like Alpha, it really allows you to build up your points very, very fast, because the more enemies you kill, the more points you're actually going to gain. We'll go ahead and jump in here and see what we can do here. All right, here we go. Let's go. Ooh. I'm gonna try to watch out here. It's always difficult for me to use our ulti here. Now these guys do a lot of damage. Okay, oh crap. Bastard hit me from a distance here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Use our ulti, murder these guys. All right, here we go. And there we go. We use our ulti. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. And boom. It's not easy. It definitely takes a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of practice to do it. We'll see how many points we got here. So, you know, 53,000. Not bad, not bad at all. We'll go ahead and leave the battle. And there I got 53,000. And, you know, you can play this game mode as much as you want. And the reason that I want to do Warzone today is because we did get Karenina in the game. And why is Karenina going to be good? Because she's going to be amazing for this fire, cycle of fire. You're going to get a 30% increase to fire damage when you play in this. And she's actually going to be really good. So having a character like that, and she is the #1 character for this as far as damage dealer, having a character like that is going to really allow you to get more of these items to be able to get these memories, which is something to think about, right? But you don't need it. Now, so a couple of things I want to talk about here is Karena's actually in 2 different banners. She's in this one here, and she's in the special event, just like what S. Lee was. And the thing is, in this banner right here, you know, if you go to the rules and you look at the drop details, you know, you got a 1.9% chance of pulling the character. It's an S-rank construct included guaranteed, right? An S-rank construct based drop, right? Of 1.5%. I mean, it's decent rates. The thing is, whenever you reach a certain level, like whenever you go to, like you get a guaranteed A rank every 10 attempts. And then you get a guaranteed S rank construct every 80 to 100. But you don't know which one you're going to get. There are a few S ranks in here, right? And that's the thing. I mean, right now, there's going to be, let me see here, 5 of them? Yeah, there's going to be 5 S ranks. So you have a 20% chance whenever that attempt shows up, whenever you get to the 80, 100 attempts, to get the character. However, in this banner right here, you have a 100% chance in 60 attempts. 100%. So if you are trying to get Karenina, I would advise you to go in here because then you could actually get her in 60 attempts. And the reason that she's going to be so good for the Warzone is because she has 70% fire damage. And she is ranked #1 for that, right? She is an amazing damage dealing monster because of this. So that is something to think about. But the thing is, again, in this game, depending on your skill, depending on how well you got characters built, that's really what your scores are going to depend on. That's really what it is. I mean, if you're chasing the meta, then Karenina is going to be your #1 for your fire team. She's absolutely going to be a total beast as far as your damage dealer. But you don't need her. I mean, if you already have S. Lee, you're going to do really, really well in the war zone on the physical damage area, not the fire. But even in the fire, even in the ice, even in the lightning, you can still use this 100% physical damage dealing characters. You don't need these elemental characters. Just they make your life a lot easier because you can just do a lot more damage to them because they're suited for those game modes. They just have a lot more elemental damage. And then, you know, 30% increase to fire damage or 30% increase to lightning damage. It just buffs them up even more. Whereas when you bring in a 100% physical damage dealing character, it won't, right? They're not going to get buffed up by that. And this is the reason that Alpha always circles back to Alpha. Because Alpha's damage is so high. She is a 100% physical damage dealing character. But because her damage is so high, she can perform well in all of those. She can perform well in all of the war zones. That's kind of the thing. Is it better to go after Alpha, right? A character that can do it all really, really well, or go after a character like this that can do well in all of them, but she's really going to shine in those fire damage zones, right? Compared to someone like Alpha that can shine, I mean, she's obviously going to shine in the first zone very, very well because she get a buff on her physical damage, but she's still so strong that she's still going to do very, very well in all of the other game modes. And seeing that you get 100% in 60 attempts. And I've already done myself. I've already done Drop details. Or no, research log, sorry. I've already done 10 pulls here. So I only need to do 50 more and I can get old girl. I can get whatever character's in here. And if Alpha's going to have a 100% chance, like rate, like the same as Karenina here, if you can get your character 100% in 60 attempts, then I would absolutely advocate for all of you to wait for Alpha. Now, Karenina is a great character. Like I said, she's the #1 fire damage dealing monster in this game. All right, even on a tier list that I saw that was from the Chinese server, this girl's still #1 for fire damage as far as attackers go. So it's really up to you as to what you want to do. Personally, I'm going to keep saving my black hearts for Alpha. That is the kingdom come of the game. I'm just going to keep saving for her, even though I think Karenina looks freaking awesome and I would love to have her. Oh, and I almost forgot. My build for Lucia, she has almost 2200 BP battle power, and I do have a overclocked 4-star sword on her. I mean, it's nothing really major. And then we do have some of these memories. We got this set right here. Then we have the set right here, the Alfie set. And then we have the Voltaire set on her. Just for reference for you guys, if you're trying to do well with Lucia. But she's been doing pretty well for me. But I think I can still improve that score. I think I can still do better. Once I buff her up a little bit more, get her up to S rank, that's really going to make a big difference. But let me know how y'all feeling about Warzone, and have you pulled for Karenina or are you saving for Alpha? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.